So I know that typically I have a certain level of professionalism and respect as well as fairness when it comes to these type of videos, but in this situation in particular here, I'm throwing all that out the window and I'm gonna let loose here, so let's get into this. So we is a tweet from Repzilla that came out yesterday, and it goes as follows. Apparently, all of Onision's channels will be demonetized effective tomorrow, aka today. If this is a fact, then ladies and gentlemen, he will no longer profit from his videos, and let's open up the screenshot here. Now this was taken from Onision's video on the subject, and all I can say to Mr. Onision, the creepy little man-child, is that karma's a bitch, ain't it? And I quote tweeted this, and these were my initial thoughts here. You know, normally it would be unprofessional of me to express joy in this news, but let me say this. Karma is a cruel mistress, and that it is. A couple of weeks ago, he copyright strikes my parody video on him, which was fair use, by the way, and it is. And strikes threaten your channel, and now he gets demonetized. And, you know, I find it real funny how that all took place a couple of weeks ago when Onion Boy struck my video down and threatened my channel with the copyright strike, and yet this happens to him a couple of weeks later. Honestly, this is just some of the funniest shit I've ever seen, and it couldn't have happened to a better person, if I'm gonna be honest. Now, I know it might come off as a little bit hypocritical here because typically I am against cancel culture and I am against deplatforming of all forms. And when your channels are demonetized, that is a form of deplatforming, because if you get demonetized by YouTube itself, then your channels are pretty much dead in the water, you know what I mean? But we're talking about Onision here, someone who historically has wronged so many people so many times and is nothing more than a creepy man-child, and has also personally wronged me, wronged us, by giving us a copyright strike on a video that was fair use, aka threatening the channel. Then you know what? If all of that is the case, I've got zero respect and zero fairness for a piece of shit human being like that. I'm sorry, that might come off as harsh, and I know that I might be professing double standards here, but in this situation, I really, really don't give a rat's ass. Now, I want to take you guys back to the Repzilla tweet right here, and I want to take a look at some of the replies here, because the replies here are rather interesting, and, you know, a lot of those replies point out how it took a bad documentary to get the job done, so to speak. And I will say, in all honesty, if there was one good thing to come out of this really bad documentary, which I agree myself is really bad, is the fact that if it took this documentary to make the push to get Onision demonetized and, you know, to a lesser extent deplatformed, then at least it did something right. However, it does raise some red flags here, and one of them being is this. There have been so many videos on Onision over the years. There have been so many YouTubers making videos criticizing Onision's behavior on the site with a lot of concrete proof, and YouTube hasn't once budged. Even when Onision had his spree of going around copyright claiming, copyright striking, etc., videos that were more than within fair use, and YouTube didn't do a single damn thing to punish him. But yet, when it took a Chris Hansen documentary to be added into the mix, well, all of a sudden, YouTube ended up listening, and they made action against Onision. And it just really, really paints a bad picture here that unless you are someone with star power, and I mean a lot of star power, YouTube ain't gonna listen to you. And it's really, really sad, especially when the truth is blatantly obvious and right there for the world to see, and so easy to understand that you could be in kindergarten and you could understand this. You know what I mean? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I have to say here in regards to this situation. I can't really think of anything else to say. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry what the situation is, and it is very much deserved in my opinion. So thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a damn good one, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. And as for Onision, in the words of D Generation X, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.